shoot. Hang on. Hello, welcome. Ooh, that's loud. Hang on. Is it coming in loud for y'all? It's coming in very loud for me. At least I'm seeing it now. Okay, let's try this again. I have to go and close this and reopen it again. Anyway, welcome to the Sunday Scaries. Today we are playing more of Milk Outside of a Bag of Milk Outside a Bag of Milk, which is the sequel to Milk Inside a Bag of Milk Inside a Bag of Milk. This one even darker, even spookier, even more troubling. We're going to see how it goes. I'm going to try opening it up again, and hopefully this time you'll be able to see the opening cut sequence, which it did not show just a moment ago. Hopefully y'all can hear me as well. And see me? Maybe? Hear and see would be good. As I try and get my hair to look weird, but not too weird. As would be appropriate. Alright, let's see if it loads up. And if y'all can see it. We will find out. Aha, yes, good. Okay, so now it'll actually play out. And now we'll get to see the cool opening credits. Or opening cinema sequence. Hello, Hanapengu. Get ready. It's gonna get heavy. But in a cool anime way. Okay. So that's the opening, which kind of sums up most of Milk Inside a Bag of Milk Inside a Bag of Milk. And now we'll pick up from where we left off last week. Oh, I just jumped you right back in. That's cool. Hui, hui, hui. Your usual notebook pages glued to the wall with duct tape. Numbers are drawn on them. It's the only kind of information I can take in without trouble. Dosage and side effects. Yeah. I thought you knew them by heart. Ooh, actually, I'm going to take a second real fast to adjust this. Bear with me for one moment. There we go. That should be better. Now, it's easier to read the chat. I know, right? It was well animated, Hanapengu. Interesting, too, because it had subtitles with no vocals, so I found that very interesting. But anyway, I thought you knew them by heart. Yeah. This is not your handwriting, isn't it? Of course it's not. Shaky, broken lines, ugly numbers. It's not writing. It's more like claw marks. Don't forget to thank your mom. I don't need your advice. My scream makes the pages rustle restlessly. After a moment, a firefly appears from underneath one of them. After looking around in a businesslike manner, it takes off into a businesslike flight and ends up entering my businesslike ear. Ugh. Hey. Let's continue searching. I get close to the trash bin and look inside with curiosity. Pill packaging, notebook pages, and other garbage. Boring. There's nothing here. Indeed, no self-respecting firefly would hide in a heap of garbage. Can't disagree with you there. A lot of things to click on here. But not that. I already did that. I think I already did that. I look at the alarm clock. Time continues its unstoppable flow. It's so late. Are you tired? You bet I am. I let out a theatric yawn and hold out my arms to the sides. 1, 2. Then I raise them above my head. 3, 4. Maybe a little workout will help me freshen up. Good idea. Do you remember the exercises you've been taught? I think so. I take a hesitant stance. What was it? Heels together, toes apart? Whatever, I'll go with that. Count down 5 minutes. 5. You have a clock right in front of you, though. I can't look at its hands for too long. At first I feel like they start moving in the wrong direction, and then they disappear altogether. Sorry. I'll stop fussing over my hair at some point, someday, maybe. I don't know. Always looks bad on camera. It's very weird. I guess it looks better from there. Whatever. And then things always get messy. Last time I saw a pair of eyes on the clock face. And also, I used to hear voices back in the day. They pleaded for help, I think. What a mess. Truly a mess. It was a mess, right? A mess. Well, are you counting down? Oh, God. Finally. What do you mean? I was trying to get through to you for half an hour. Huh? Forget it. Do you see the firefly? No. Let's continue searching then. I doubt it. All the compartments are locked. What if... I don't even want to think about what's inside. Who knows what I'll end up imagining. I turn my eyes toward an inconspicuous shelf near the mirror. There's a glass with a toothbrush sitting on it, and a small towel is hanging nearby. What a wonderful sight. My fireflies are smart and good. They would never get in there. They know about personal hygiene. Okay, let's look somewhere else. What are those? Those are the photos of my best memories. But they're blank. I stared at them so intensely that I burned them with my eyes. Now they're just covering the cracks in the walls. Cracks? Forget it. Are we continuing the search or what? Okay, we are. Guess we did the radio. Interesting. Okay, so what's left? A book, an umbrella, a fan, whatever's on the floor here. Looks like a bedroll, maybe? And the laptop. And I think that's... Oh, no, other radio. Okay. Well, we'll do the great last, I guess. Another radio? Man. Let's do book. This is my sketchbook. Half of its pages are blank, which means it'll still be good for a couple of years. You draw that rarely? Why? Isn't that obvious? If I run out of pages, I'll have to buy a new sketchbook. Okay. There was very little in this game that was making me feel seen until right then, because I am that way about notebooks. Anyway. I can't get to the stationery store on foot. I'd have to take the bus. Do you realize what kind of nightmare that can turn into? Maybe you could ask your mom to buy you one? Buy what? Ask whom? Can you even form coherent sentences? Don't play dumb. Ask your mom to buy you a notebook instead. Instead? So you want me to perform a string of actions, but you're also telling me to do one instead of another? Then how would I decide which action to take? You're so dyslexic? Not what that word means. Man, you're a tough case. You lack empathy. Is that my fault? I get closer to the sketchbook, stepping over the wires and the sleeping bag and the cracks in the laminate and the window's reflection. The sketchbook is lying on the stool. From my height, it seems like the stool is missing 2 legs. I squat and look again. All the legs are in place. How will I be... will I be able to think of an interesting allegory? Let's not go there, okay? I stand up and study the sketchbook from inches away. Its pages are pure white. The last drawing is buried on the previous page, the way it should be. Too bad, I'd love to see it. Maybe next time. A sudden gust of chilly wind breaks into the room and makes the pages rustle. Oh no! I shut my eyes. A distinctive sound of pages turning echoes with headache in my head. I know what's going to happen. The rustling has stopped, even though the wind is still howling from every direction. It can only mean one thing. The notebook is open on the first page. If I wait a little longer, the wind will close it. I won't have to look if I wait a little longer. If I wait... Open your eyes. No! It's okay. Just do it. No way! I know you're lying! Calm down. No! Calm down. No! Calm down. No! Oh, this is an interesting loop. Calm down. No! Alright, I guess we're gonna do this a couple more times. Calm down. There we go. Calm down. Calm down. Fine. I open my eyes with utmost caution. The notebook is still open in the middle. No drawings, nothing. The pages are still pure white. Did I imagine it? I don't know. Did you? You're the smart one here, you tell me. Next time, don't close your eyes. What did you... I couldn't finish speaking because the pages started moving again. Don't close your eyes. Don't make me do it, I'm scared. Trust me. The rustling grows louder, and the pages lift up. I can almost see the outlines of the drawings on previous pages. No way! Everything in the past should stay in the past. You couldn't convince me. That's it. I'm closing my eyes. Look there. A barely visible light seeps through the pages. With every new gust, it becomes brighter and brighter. A firefly! The wind immediately stops. For a moment, the world sinks into perfect silence, but only for a moment. The buzz that has always been haunting me fills the surroundings, but it doesn't matter now. Goodness gracious, little boy, you made me so scared. The firefly blinks, flies up in and enters my ear, buzzing loudly all the way. It spends some time looking for the perfect spot in my head, but then its buzzing dies down. Phew. Are you okay? We're running short on time, so let's continue searching. Okay, umbrella, sleeping bag, laptop, and fan. And grate. Fan? What's funny about that? I imagine myself being a firefly that's looking straight at a giant fan. And I'd be so jealous. The only thing preventing it from flying is a cage it's locked in and the cable. It's like an inmate if you think about it. It's so sad. Hanapengu agreed, this does very much expand on the first game. In ways I didn't even expect, but I'm very, intrigued by, if not necessarily entertained by. I guess entertained, but not in a, joyous, fun way. It's interesting, is what I'll say. Yeah. Let's continue searching. Just a second. I look down. My school bag, worn down and silly, is almost screaming of its own uselessness. From another angle, it looks like a full belly. Its contents are also regurgitating, decomposing, and turning into a sticky, mushy substance. What a cool image. I need to remember this. You can't say it's cool? That seems rude. I will say totally not cool then. Tell me what's inside your bag instead. Nothing special, mostly just all sorts of books. I've taken out all the pens and notebooks out of there, and I'm not interested in anything else. You used to go to school, didn't you? Yeah, I did. I had a blast all the way. Are you sure you understood my question? Do you think everything in my life should be doom and gloom? Well, you're wrong. Alright. What did you like the most there? Well, the rooms were really bright, not like at home. That's it? Don't rush me, let me remember. The beds were also soft and the food was nice. By the way, I attended all the classes. The others always skipped. They probably got told off so hard. I smile gently, absorbed in warm memories. You never graduated, though. Yeah. Do you remember your last day there? It was a normal day. Dad picked me up earlier than usual. He told me that I'm already too old for the school curriculum. I also realized that some time ago. The tasks were way too easy. Then we got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there and we had dinner and went to our rooms. And what happened then? I don't remember. And does it even matter? Ooh. Do I pry? Let me check something real fast. Real quick. Okay. This is not going to tell me. Here we go. Alright. Tell me about it again. Is your memory that bad? Please? Oh, fine. That day, Dad picked me up from school earlier, explaining to me that I need to grow up. It's not like I could completely grasp what he meant. Either way, I didn't resist. We got into the car and we went home. Mom greeted us there, we had dinner together, and we went to our separate rooms. Satisfied? That seems weird. Alright, tell me about it again. Wow, okay, here's a turn. Dad dragged me out of school building while I was scratching and biting. The teachers didn't interfere. That scene was a little too ordinary for them. Who knows what the little brat has done? Then he pushed me into the car and we drove home in complete silence. Mom greeted us there, we had dinner together and went to our separate rooms. Please, let's not discuss this further. Oh, now I don't get to choose? No, you'll tell me again? Jeez. Dad bought milk on our way home. Again. I hate milk so much. Mom was not home. Again. I hate Mom so much. And what happened next? Suddenly, I feel someone's eyes on my back. Knowing that these moments should never ever be ignored, I turn around. But there's nothing there. And what happened next? Hey! I got an achievement called You're Annoying. Everything that happened next happened after something that led to everything that happened after what had happened. I look at my bag again. Light pouring into the room through the window glints on the metal parts. And there's also a shadow underneath it, which means it's real. Sadly. Whatever, I don't care anyway. I almost ended up kicking the bag in a fit of sudden anger, but I managed to stop myself in the nick of time. If I move it even an inch, the whole picture will collapse and I'll go blind. It's already happened countless times. What do you mean you'll go blind? I've spent months memorizing the location of every item in my room. That's why I can see them so clearly and vividly. You won't get it. Look at your feet. I look down and see that a small insect is crawling toward me from my bag. It's barely glowing and it can't even fly. I guess this firefly is really tired. I bend down to pick it up. The firefly starts glowing brightly as soon as I touch it, and then flies up. There you go, boy. Good job. After doing a victory lap around the room, it flies toward me with high speed. I shut my eyes, anticipating the firefly to enter my ear. That's exactly what happens. After it gets inside, it buzzes for a little while and then goes silent. This one's kind of sad. I wonder why. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it's no longer alone. Sure. Let's continue searching. Oh, okay. We can stop when we're ready. The umbrella emanates a faint sense of coolness. No wonder. It's the only thing that defends me against the thunderclouds that gather under my ceiling. It's such a blessing that it can do it without my help. Still, a firefly won't hide in a place like that. It'll catch a cold and be unable to fly. You don't want to check it? Why? I'm sure we won't find anything there. This is my sleeping bag. It's soft and warm. I'm sure no living creature would be able to resist the temptation to spend a minute or two inside. They'd want to dig deep into it with a couple of favorite items, close their eyes, and then... Hey, did you fall asleep? What? I gently slap my cheeks to return myself to senses. It's already way past midnight. Usually I'd be sleeping like a log at this time, but right now I can't. Let's continue searching. Maybe we'll find something inside? No, my thoughts don't have a feature of putting to sleep. Quite the contrary, they always cause insomnia, just like tonight. Okay. I'll do the vent next, and then the laptop. It's not easy to get out of here. I look at my laptop. I haven't touched it for years, so it's covered with a layer of dust as thick as my finger. A bizarre item. I fear it. Why? It's a long and boring story. Wonderful. Tell me about it. I insist. I don't remember how it appeared in my room. One of my parents probably brought it here because they couldn't find a better place for it. They didn't prohibit me from using it. On the other hand, they actually encouraged me to do so. Sure, I've spent whole days in front of the screen. Games, drawing, engineering calculator, 3D modeling. So much fun stuff to do. You had amusing hobbies. Yeah, I did before entering the web. Imagine this. You're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for comfortable living. Did you imagine it? As always, your analogies are spot on. Okay, I imagined. Alright, so you're this hamster that lives underground and you have everything comfortable for living, okay? Okay. Wonderful. And here's the situation. You're a hamster that lives... Okay, I get it. Do you want to talk about something else? Yeah. This actually is a pivot point that I remember hearing. And I think you'll end up returning to that subject anyway as the first death. We'll find out. Because I can come back to that one. On one wonderful day, someone digs you up from your hamster house and brings you to the pet store. Now your new home is a cage. It's way more comfortable and warm compared to the underground. And the most important part is you have a lot of neighbors here. Their cages are identical to yours, and the other hamsters look identical to you too, which means you're all the same. Apart from the fact that they were born at the shop. You'll ask, what does that indicate? And I'll tell you, nothing at all. I forgot what I was talking about. Gosh. Okay, let's start over. This time, try to avoid stupid hamster analogies. Hey! You know I'm not at fault here. So, I had a lot of friends online. Tens, hundreds of them. Impossible to count. Is it impossible, though? I had exactly 317 of them. Although I guess nobody counts the exact number of hamsters when they walk into a pet shop. Hey, don't get distracted. Oh, right. From my 317 friends, 68 were into gaming, just like me. 130 of them like drawing, just like me. The remaining 119 were into calculators and 3D modeling equally. And when I say equally, I don't mean 59 and a half friends on each side. Alright? You can split numbers evenly, no problem, but math doesn't work like that when it comes to friends. A major conundrum, right? Get to the point. I knew, of course, that no real people exist on the web. An early proponent of dead internet theory. I like it. I also understood that all my friends die the moment I turn off my laptop. But I still wasn't even a bit worried. Why? Do you know what computer programs consist of? They're just a combination of numbers. Which means my friends are also numbers. Isn't that amusing? Not really. Why do you call them your friends? I mean, everyone who shares my interest is my friend, and I don't care whether they know about my existence or not. Anyway, as I was saying, every program has its own algorithm and purpose, its mathematical formula. And if you solve that formula, you'll be able to predict the program's behavior at any moment. The longer you speak, the less I follow. You don't need to follow me around, just listen. I sit on the floor and the laptop screen ends up right in front of me. The only thing reflected in it is my dim face. A web person is just a random picture and a random string of letters. Words and actions from the web person are just executable code. Hey, Let me know if you need a break. One day someone appeared. From that point on, my laptop was always on. There are no real people on the web, but he was good at pretending. At some point I let him trick me. Hey, look. Huh? Suddenly a firefly slowly crawls out of the laptop's vent grill. I reach for it and it gets on top of my palm, blinking all the while. I think it's trying to say something. I can see that myself, if only I knew what. It looks like a cipher. Don't you want to crack it? I changed my mind. I have absolutely no desire to find out what it wants to say. The firefly stops glowing for a moment after that. Then it starts glowing again, as if coming back to its senses. For some time, it thinks about the further course of actions, and then flies up and dashes into my ear. Let's continue searching. And what about your story? You must be mad at me for interrupting you. I'm sorry. If you do everything right, I'll finish my story. Maybe. You promise? I promise. And if you forget? Oh, it was the please forget it one? Okay. Achievement unlocked. Please forget it because I won't. Then remind me with a code word, for example. What code word? I'll think of one later. And for now, let's keep searching for my fireflies. Okay, other than the radios, I think... Oh, nope, there's pills. Hang on. I look at the mound of pills and it makes me feel dizzy. I don't want to think about it. I don't. What's wrong? I've almost skipped my dose for today. How reckless. I could have died. Wow, rude second response. Hey, calm down. You've already fixed that. Yes, because you ordered me to. Things could have been much worse. Yeah. I heave a deep sigh, come closer and extend my hand. Wow, it's warm. The moment those words leave my lips, one of the bottles overturns. Pills rain down from it, and along with them, a firefly! Hooray! After circling above my head a couple of times, it finally lands in my palm. The firefly rushes up my arm, and upon reaching my shoulder, crawls straight into my ear. My mind becomes a bit clearer. Okay, that might really be everything in the room, except for the radios and the trash you can't click on. So, finish searching. You found all the fireflies. Amazing. I guess. I've managed to gather my thoughts, but something still worries me. On the other hand, I wasn't supposed to be happy anyway. Why not? If I lose something and then find it, it's just going back to the starting point. No changes at all. A zero sum. And happiness is always about being positive, right? You shouldn't think too much. It hurts you. Wow, hang on a second. Saving that screenshot. That might be my new Sunday Scaries background, actually. We'll see. I want to sleep. How about you get some fresh air before sleeping? What do you mean? Well, go to the balcony, breathe in some air. Somehow, those words triggered a panic attack in me. I subconsciously step away from the balcony. I don't think it's a good idea. Why? This may sound silly, but I feel like someone's watching me. Rude! Alright, let's stay here. Yep. What are you gonna do? What's with this silly question? I'm gonna sleep, of course. Hoping that tomorrow will only come after a year, or a decade. Imagining myself to be outside of my mortal shell, but at the same time still being me. Ridiculous, like milk outside a bag of milk. And yet... You don't have to talk out loud for me to understand that you're worried about me. I know that already. I also know that our time is running short. You won't take another pill. Of course not. In fact, I won't take it tomorrow either. And the day after tomorrow. And never ever. So that's a goodbye, then? No. I have one more small favor to ask. A really, really small one. What is it? I blurted out way too much today. A lot of stuff I want to forget forever. I don't blame you, but was it really necessary? You'll see tomorrow. No, I wouldn't be able to sleep like this. Fine. What's the favor? I nervously scratch my wrists and bite on my lower lip. Wait a minute. You're afraid to tell me? Yes. I'm also scared that something bad might happen if I tell you. I'm also scared that when something bad happens, something way worse will happen. I get it. Still, I won't leave you alone until you tell me. Bully. No, you. I crawl into my sleeping bag. The lower part of the room is very cold. I hurry to wrap myself in blankets, even though the electric heater is working hard to keep me warm. I'm sad because the dreams just won't come anymore. You won't believe me if I tell you how I dealt with it at first. Of course I'll believe you. I know it was a joke. Well, anyway, I washed my face, I brushed my teeth, I lied down, and I started imagining that I'm watching a dream. I didn't sleep at all, of course, and always looked sleepy in the morning. After a week of insomnia, I started feeling weird and seeing things. Letters floating in the air, strange silhouettes that appeared in the most unexpected of places, bulging eyes with trembling pale pupils. It was scary, you know? And then one day I almost died. I just collapsed in the middle of the room and couldn't move for a while. And then silhouettes, letters, and eyes were hanging over me and hissing. It was horrible. And well-deserved, I guess? It felt like I was caught on the biggest lie in the world. Yes, it felt exactly like that. After that, I stopped. But the silhouettes, the letters, and the eyes stayed there. I guess they liked this place. They always follow in my wake, peeping at me. And I'm kind of scared of them and can't even argue with them. But today... Well? Still too scared to tell me? Of course, they're still listening, you know? Use your hands. Alright. I start chaotically twirling my fingers with enthusiasm, forming complex shapes. You want me to tell you a bedtime story? And I was trying so hard here. Don't you get it? They'll hear you. Relax. Nobody can hear you. So what do you say? I'd be happy to, but I have no idea how to tell them. Oh, it's incredibly easy. You just talk about something without stopping. Sounds silly. But it's not. And meaningless. You don't know what you're talking about. I know enough to realize that you'll just end up wasting time. So let's focus on something actually important. Boring. Fine. Close your eyes. Achievement unlocked, everything is fine. Don't you see? Ugh. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much. I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? Or my neck in this case. I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Oof. Another terrible morning. Boo, why does my face always have a hole in it? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a person with a hole in their head on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with having a giant gaping hole where your face should be. That's not what defines you, after all. Hurry up. Yes, Mom. Ha! I've had hair days like that. Another terrible morning. Oh, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. I'm not reading the lines right? Oh, well, okay, I get you. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Be not afraid. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. They'll say you look like an angel, but not that kind of angel. Well, it's not that I care too much. I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid and not there anymore? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded headless on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with not having a head. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Good morning. I feel wonderful today. Can't wait for my first day at school. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Ah! Good night. That's one ending. We can jump back and get a different ending, I think. I feel like I can probably let the credits play out. There can't be that many people involved. Alright, loading up from before. This time I'm just gonna choose fine. Fine. Suddenly, a firefly slowly crawls out of the laptop's vent grill. I reach for it. It gets on top of my palm, blinking all the while. I think it's trying to say something. Oh, we've seen this part. Alright. Did we do everything? We didn't do the pills one yet. Okay. But I think that's the last one. I'll go through it very fast in a second. One second, in fact. Okay. Now you'll ultimately die anyway, so why worry? Ah, you're right. I heave a deep sigh, come closer, and extend my hand. Wow, it's warm. The moment those words leave my lips, one of the bottles overturns. Pills rain down from it, and along with them, a firefly! Hooray! After circling above my head a couple of times, it finally lands on my palm. The firefly rushes up to my arm, and upon reaching my shoulder, it crawls straight into my ear. My mind becomes clearer. Okay. So now we do a slightly different path to go to the outside, hopefully. You found all the fireflies. Amazing. I guess. Yeah. Let's see here. Go out to the balcony, breathe in some fresh air. There's no way somebody cares about you that much. Just for a couple of minutes, okay? My apartment building looks like a bottomless cooking pot, but instead of soot, it has hundreds of concrete and metal boxes on its walls. There are lights on in the windows, and there are muffled voices coming from the inside. The howling wind spirals up and splits into hundreds of independent streams. Seems like it wants to be heard by every person living here. It must feel so lonely, living in endless silence. Your apartment building's pretty weird, isn't it? I could see the horizon from my window before, and the building grew for miles in both directions. I guess at some point it circled around and closed in on itself. Nothing unusual about that. How do you feel? I definitely feel. Sometimes that's more than enough. Still, you're anxious, aren't you? Of course. Moreover, I'm completely terrified. Was it that obvious? You're looking in every direction, but not up. Oh, this. I've already told you, haven't I? About what? You know, small stuff. Can small stuff make you terrified? It's hard to explain. I climb up the metal railing and let my legs hang down. I sneak short glances at the abyss from time to time. It replies with angry, cold breath. That's how we interact, like old friends. Sometimes I feel like the whole world pretends to be crazy. As if it's trying to make me believe in something that doesn't exist. That's weird, isn't it? Yes, but at the same time, it makes me feel a little bit happy. Everything around me was created for my sake, to deceive, trick, confuse me. If that's true, I guess I'm not so crazy myself after all. You believing in this is the definition of insanity, craziness. You're probably right. Another gust of wind blasts against the pot's walls, smashing the glass to dust and blowing away the concrete crust. I, on the other hand, feel a gentle breeze that only ruffles my hair. I'm cold. Let's go back inside. I return to my room. Thankfully, it hasn't changed one bit during the minutes I was outside. What are you going to do? What's with this silly question? I'm gonna sleep, of course. Hoping that tomorrow will only come after a year or a decade. Imagined myself to be outside of my mortal shell, but at the same time still being me. Ridiculous, like milk outside a bag of milk, and yet... Well, anyway, yeah, this is the same dialogue as before. Alright, let's see if it's the same ending or a different ending. Seems like it's still the mirror ending, okay. Okay. Oh, I can't get out of it? Oh, that's rude. Bear with me, folks. I could force close the game, Hanapengu, but that's actually more annoying in some ways. But let's see here. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I should. Hang on. We'll just do it that way. All right, I'm going to take a second here. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully it'll be working now. We'll try this again. I'm going to skip over the beginning because I've also already done that. I'm just trying to get to the stuff we haven't already seen. Oh yeah, this whole opening sequence takes a while and is the scariest part of the game. Oh, I can imagine it is weird to see it going by fast, yeah. I don't know, I think it adds to the urgency, right? Yeah, tune in, like, yeah, watch the VOD of part 1 to hear me actually act out all of that, and it's intense, you know. But Hana Pengu, I think you were there for that, so. It's a good shot. Alright, so here's where the game actually begins. Kind of. It hasn't, well, yeah. You know we're only supposed to meet once per day, right? Why does your voice always sound so grim? Naturally, I've read the manual. Judging by the pictures, the overdose side effects are the usual headaches, dizziness, exhaustion. Basically nothing I can't handle by myself. After all, now I know how to do it. You didn't reply. Aren't you even a little bit happy? Not even the slightest bit? No. Well, then I'm not happy either. You need to go to bed. No, you've been in control for way too long already. It's my turn now. Alright. I'll just stay silent until the medicine's effects wear off. How about that? Hey, you can't do that. You need to do your best to make me feel better. That's exactly what I am doing. What a bully. Actually, why am I even worried about this? In reality, I don't need you. At all. I'm so energetic and I feel great, which means I can do anything. And you can only watch and agonize over your uselessness. I can imagine how angry you are right now. Yeah, I'm all beside myself. By the way, you're the one that's useless. Ow! And pathetic. Ow! Don't even try ruining my mood. I want to have fun while we're together, alright? So you're the one calling the shots now? Yeah. Well, let's see how long you can last. We'll see, yeah. And am I really that pathetic? Say something. I can feel tears streaming down my cheeks, hanging from my chin, and then falling on my clothes, burning holes in them. That was fast, but not unexpected. Hey, at least I tried. Go wash your face, and then we'll decide what to do with you. I'm in front of a mirror again. I keep staring at my reflection, trying not to get distracted by the sneery looks the walls are giving me, trying not to drown in their giggling. But then me in the mirror also shows me a creepy smile, bares her teeth at me. I shut my eyes, but that doesn't help. It wouldn't have helped even if I sunk through the floor. I start counting in my mind. 2 squared, 2 by 2 squared, a squared, a square pyramid squared, a pyramidal structure cubed, a pyramidal structure hypercubed. I feel better. But my head is splitting apart now. Sorry for being rude. It's not your fault. It's never your fault. Fine, you can keep on blaming yourself, but don't overdo it. I don't know why, but I thought I'd be able to take control. I was almost ready to. I was sure I'd be able to change something. After all, I was able to buy milk, you know? Yeah, you ought to know how challenging it was. Is that why you threw away your medicine? What a stupid decision, right? Undoubtedly. Moreover, it's dangerous. Oh, hang on a second. Let me... Okay. And there's a good side to it. What's that? Wouldn't that mean you're getting better? Nonsense. Medicine is something you're supposed to take, not toss away. Oh, so you recognize that? Stupid. It's so stupid. Then why did you do that? I felt like I'd be able to fight it on my own. It's true, the pain subsided for a bit at that time, but now I feel it in triple force. It hurts so bad. Just drink your medicine already or I'll stop talking to you. No, don't abandon me. Dejected, I reach out for the shelf with my medicine. I swallow the pills one after another, chasing away the unpleasant visions that keep floating up in my memory. And yet, my mind still draws a terrifying picture. Lumps of coagulated blood and transparent coating travel down my esophagus, stretching its soft walls, leaving behind furrows. I shake my head violently. I don't care if it makes me feel dizzy or worsens my pain. I just don't want to think about something so repulsive. You still haven't changed. What do you mean? You're afraid of being alone. This worries you much more than pain. Yeah, I guess. I toss the last pill into the air and catch it with my mouth. I lie on the floor. I look at the ceiling. I can clearly hear water running on the metal pipes up there. I hear the cracking of concrete blocks that will someday surely fall on my head. But I'm not afraid of that at all. I can't imagine my death coming from above. Rather, it's rearing its claws from somewhere below, waiting for me to lose focus. Do you want to talk about it? No, I've had enough of talking. What do you want then? I just want to lie down for a bit. Even if the ceiling is bound to collapse, it won't be today. Can you stay silent, please? I need to get my thoughts in order. I carefully extract thoughts that are yet to be fully formed from my head and lay them out on the ceiling in orderly rows. Now it's my corkboard. In hopes of seeing the whole picture, I switch them from one place to another, pile them on top of each other, scatter them around, and in the end, I throw them off with my hand, annoyed, and start over. I can't do it. You can always imagine your thoughts as something small and swarming, like cockroaches. Oh, I hate cockroaches. Can I make them fireflies? I don't mind either way. I don't even have time to blink before my thoughts, they're fireflies now, start whirling all over the ceiling of their own accord, forming whimsical patterns. I can only observe them and wait for the right moment. It's just, that moment doesn't come. mocking sounds of flapping wings coming from the ceiling make me start losing my patience. Enough! I hate you! I spring to my feet and scream at the top of my lungs. The fireflies scatter. Great job. Now, start over. No way. Unstable behavior makes you look bad. I don't give a damn. So that doesn't bother you? Should it? I don't think I said yes last time. Yes? And what do you want me to do then? I don't know. It's up to you. You're at it again. What do you mean? Never mind. And I've changed my mind anyway. Please don't stay silent for this long anymore. I'm having a hard time without your help. Fine. I raise my eyes to look at the ceiling once more. Sadly, all my fireflies seem to be hiding somewhere. I need to find them. I glance around the room. There are too many places for a creature as small as a firefly to hide here. They can be anywhere. Suddenly I hear a deafening rumble. The clock just hit midnight. It's too late already, but I can't go to bed right now. Will you help me? Please, tell me you'll help me. Come on, stop bullying me. You promised to talk to me. What were you thinking while you were lying on the floor? What do you mean? You should know it better than anyone else. Here's the turning point. There we go. Okay, so this is where we start for other endings as well. That's the thing, I have no idea. This is weird. And in fact, hang on a second. Let me pull this up in another window. Actually, wait. Much better. Will you tell me? Whoa! I roll my sleeves and start rubbing my eyes intensely. They're so itchy. Why are you crying? My eyes are itchy. Did you drink milk? Did he bring milk? Did he bring milk? I wonder, if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another, will my eyes stop itching? I wonder if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another, all my eyelashes one after another, if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another, what have you done? I need to gather the glass, and then I need to have a bath, and then... Here, drink some milk. Whoa! Wow. First death. Achievement unlocked. I died and I felt something. I stand in the middle of the room, my mouth agape, gasping for air. I think I just experienced death. I don't know any other way to explain what happened. Well, that was surely something. Will you tell me or not? About what? Let's look for the fireflies instead. You're acting weird. Help me instead of running your mouth. I've already had enough of my adventures before bed. I need to gather my thoughts quickly and go to bed. And my thoughts are hiding from me. To be honest, I have no idea where to look for them. Me neither. I guess I'll have to tear the whole place apart. No, and no. If I make even the smallest of messes here, I'll feel really bad. All the things should stay in their places and that's it. Why? Are you trying to come up with a reason right now? Who, me? No, of course not. I think you just forgot to put up your mind block. I can see through you. Rude! Alright then, so we need to find a bunch of tiny insects inside a mountain of junk without moving anything even an inch? Yeah. My oh my. I have an idea. Last time becoming a visual novel character helped me achieve my goal. Now I want to become a point-and-click adventure game character. You know, those games have moments when you just look at different objects and something inevitably happens. Sounds so fun. And what about the things you use regularly? Do you refuse to touch them as well? It would make me even more interesting. This is so childish. I want to know what's the best part? You'll be the one doing it. Oh no. Oh yes. I start panicking as soon as I get in a multiple choice situation. I'll just keep changing my mind and end up crying and running away. Do you want that to happen? You're such a handful. You've already proven that you're able to make decisions. Why not continue on that road? Ah, come on, don't be so boring. I was just teasing you. And you don't have to bear the whole burden. Asking for help is a reasonable decision too. Let's begin already. I go to the middle of the room and I look around. Where would I hide if I were a tiny firefly? Oh, this is so thrilling. My heart gets warmer from the pleasant anticipation. Hey, what? Look down. I look down. After a moment, a small ball of light and warmth crawls out under my sweater. Wowie! There's smoke coming from your clothes. Whatever. I carefully grab the firefly. It's pleasantly scorching to the touch. I put it on my shoulder. I'm sorry, little guy. Time to come home now. As if it were in order, the firefly slowly drifts up, circles around my head for a bit, and then flies into my ear at the speed of a bullet. It tickles. One down. Let's look for the others. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Just looking to see what other... Okay. I don't think I can get any of the other endings this run. So I have to go back to that save I made, and I will do that in a second, and then just go from there and skip through the rest. Oh, there's no quit game option. That's weird. Huh. Okay. So we close and reopen. Just a minute. Interestingly minimalist game in a lot of ways. Alright, let's see here. So, to get the second one, it's the laptop, the pills, the bag, the note. Alright. Hang on. We did just hear all about this story. This one's long and very awkward. Okay, so that's the laptop done. The pills. Alright, and then the backpack and the note. Okay, so we found the one, and then that just leaves the note. All right. All right. So now I think we finished searching. I've managed to gather my thoughts, but something still worries me. On the other hand, I wasn't supposed to be happy anyway. Why not? If I lose something and then find it, it's just going back to the starting point. No changes at all. A zero sum. And happiness is always about being positive, right? You shouldn't think too much. It hurts you. I want to sleep. How about you get some fresh air before sleeping? What do you mean? Well, go to the balcony, breathe in some air. Somehow, those words triggered a panic attack in me. I subconsciously stepped away from the balcony. I don't think it's a good idea. Why? This may sound silly, but I feel like someone's watching me. There's no way somebody cares about you that much. Just for a couple minutes, okay? Alright, let's see if this is the same, or if it changes at any point. Oh, here we go. I still haven't come up with a code word. You were the one to remember your promise. You don't need a code word anymore. I don't like it when this happens. I want to remember certain things only when I want to. Nonetheless, you did make that promise. And I'll keep it, but you need to keep in mind... Oh man, Puka, you're coming in late. A lot's happened. I've already gotten 2 endings. I'm still getting more. But it's all there in the VOD, I guess. Anyway, we're about to get a second ending now, or third ending? We'll see. And I'll keep it, but you need to keep in mind that from this moment on, every word is going to bring me pain. I bend down and imagine falling into the abyss. I have exactly 2 minutes before I meet my end. I had a friend online, my best friend, even though the combination of letters he used instead of his name wasn't that cool. Well, the combination of pixels he had instead of his photo was also boring and unattractive. This is so strange and wrong, breaking the rules of being online. Why was he doing that? Maybe his code was a few lines short? I don't quite get what you mean. I could tell you about those rules. You can't find them anywhere, but I'm smart, so I figured them out myself. Although, I'm not sure if I should divulge them. Why? When I try to say what I think out loud, I tend to make mistakes. If I make just a single one, everything that comes after contradicts my thoughts. And I end up with the opposite position. And I don't want that. Well, according to that logic, it'd be better for you to keep your mouth shut forever. Yeah, that's my dream. Keep my mouth shut, never get up from bed, never see or hear anything. Just dream on and on. Why is everything so terrible? Don't get distracted. So what was that about your friend? My friend? Oh yeah. He was brazen enough to... Come on, gather your thoughts. He somehow made me believe that he was real. He kept describing someone else's life to me in detail as if it was him. And he expected me to do the same. And I told him everything about myself without hiding a single thing. I grit my teeth. The wind whips my face without mercy as it slices my skin into uneven stripes as if it's a piece of thin cloth. He knew more about me than anyone else in the world. You know what he did? Yes. Sending an army of bots to harass me was probably fun. And what's most important, it was a win-win situation. They spawn here and there, simple bits of code that are effortless to run, no matter the algorithm assigns the pattern. No wonder the algorithm assigns that pattern more often than the others from the list. Text and video generators get to work at the same time. My name surfaces on the web more and more. It's unbearable. Unbearable. From around every corner, every balcony, ceiling, attic, wall, I always feel many pairs of watchful eyes directed at me. And now they watch me from the screens, too. But I'll put an end to it. I've decided a long time ago. Though, maybe I only decided on that only... My body finally crashes into the ground, smashing into millions of tiny pieces like porcelain. I'm cold. Let's go back inside. I return to my room. Thankfully, it hasn't changed one bit during the minutes I was outside. Without a second thought, I go toward my laptop and yank the power cable from the outlet. That's it. That's it. That's it. What are you gonna do? I think now I just go to sleep. Alright. I should read this part again. I'm gonna go to sleep, of course, and hope that I don't need to wake up until tomorrow or a decade. Imagining myself to be outside of my mortal shell, but at the same time still being me. Ridiculous, like milk outside of a bag of milk. And yet... You don't have to talk out loud for me to understand that you're worried about me. I know that already. I also know that our time is running short. You won't take another pill. Of course not. In fact, I won't take it tomorrow either. And the day after tomorrow. And never ever. That's a goodbye then? No. I have one more small favor to ask. A really, really small one. What is it? I've blurted out way too much today. A lot of stuff I'd want to forget forever. I don't blame you, but was it really necessary? You'll see tomorrow. So the milk in a bag thing has to do with... it's a callback to the first game in which it had to do with... it was a metaphor, and I can't really remember what, but it was the notion of things being contained inside other things, like milk being contained in... Like, the milk is inside a bag, and that bag is inside a grocery store, and that grocery store is inside a city, and everything is inside everything else. So she was imagining an out-of-body experience, like the milk being out of the bag, I think. But no, I won't be able to sleep like this. Fine, what's the favor? I nervously scratch my wrists and bite on my lower lip. Wait a minute, you're afraid to tell me? Yes. I'm also scared that something bad might happen if I tell you. I'm also scared that when something bad happens, something way worse will happen. Stop. I get it already. Still, I won't leave you alone until you tell me. Bully. No, you. I crawl into my sleeping bag. The lower part of the room is very cold. I hurry to wrap myself in blankets, even though the electric heater is working hard to keep me warm. I'm sad because the dreams just won't come anymore. You won't believe me if I tell you how I dealt with it at first. Of course I'll believe you. I know, it was a joke. Well, anyway, I washed my face, brushed my teeth, laid down, and started imagining that I'm watching a dream. I didn't sleep at all, of course, and I always looked sleepy in the morning. After a week of insomnia, I started feeling weird and seeing things. Letters floating in the air, strange silhouettes that appeared in the most unexpected of places, bulging eyes with trembling, pale pupils. It was scary, you know? And then one day I almost died. I just collapsed in the middle of the room and couldn't move for a while. And then silhouettes, letters and eyes were hanging over me and hissing. It was horrible. And well-deserved, I guess? It felt like I was caught on the biggest lie in the world. Yes, it felt exactly like that. After that, I stopped. But the silhouettes and letters and eyes stayed there. I guess they like this place. They always follow in my wake, peeping at me. And I'm kind of scared of them, and I can't even argue with them. But today... Well? Are you still too scared to tell me? Of course, they're still listening, you know? Use your hands. All right. So I start chaotically twirling my fingers with enthusiasm, forming complex shapes. You want me to tell you a bedtime story? Shh. And I was trying so hard here. Don't you get it? They'll hear you. Relax. Nobody can hear you. So what do you say? I'd be happy to, but I have no idea how to tell them. Oh, it's incredibly easy. You just talk about something without stopping. Sounds silly. But it's not, and meaningless. You don't know what you're talking about. I know enough to realize that we'll just end up wasting time. Let's focus on something actually important. Boring. Fine. Close your eyes. Ah, new dream. I wake up lying on the cold floor in the center of a cramped room. I look around without standing up. There's no furniture, just naked walls and a single door. I can hear muffled sounds coming from the other side of it. Scary sounds. hug my knees and I wrap myself in my sweater like it's a blanket. It's no use. I'm chilled to the bone. The room is pretty spacious, but I still can't shake the feeling that I'm trapped inside a suffocating casket, and the faint blue glow that sneaks in through the keyhole only adds to that feeling. Do I want to know what's outside? As if on cue, and a human aurora comes from the other side of the door. It becomes louder and louder, more and more distinct with every passing second. Somebody, or something, is getting closer. I curl into a ball, trying to take up as little space as possible. Maybe I can become invisible or become smaller in some miraculous way. In the meantime, the howl becomes unbearably loud, but only for a moment. Then it sheepishly backs off until I can't hear it anymore. I finally decide to stand up. After I do that, I hear another strange sound. It's coming from right above me now. The ceiling moves upwards, squeaking. Small debris is falling on my head. I squint a little and then I raise my hand, trying to touch the ceiling, but it suddenly starts to rise quicker and instantly disappears into the darkness. I'm not in a casket anymore. Well, it wasn't exactly a casket now. It was a well in the form of a casket. The room becomes darker and colder. I'll have to do something at some point. Hours pass. I frantically run from one wall to the other, delirious. The walls run away from me, making the already spacious room even bigger. In the end, I stand amidst endless darkness, and only the door is watching me with its eye. I kept purposefully avoiding it. I could sometimes hear horrifying rustles and howls on the outside. However, now I don't even have a choice anymore. I slowly come up to the door and reach out toward it. As expected, the door also moves away from me. I continue moving forward with my hands stretched out. I don't want to lose the only source of light in this pitch-black darkness. At some point, I get tired of sneaking up on the door like it's some wild animal, so I lunge at it, trying to grab the handle. However, at the last moment, the door whizzes away, and I fall to the cold floor, unable to keep my balance. It hurts. Stupid door. Stupid, nasty, cursed door. I hate you. I hate you. I scream at the top of my lungs. I finally let all the despair out that I had bottled up. I slowly realize how horrible the situation I've ended up in is. No, 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 no! I don't stop screaming for a moment because I'm scared to end up in complete silence. If the reality around me disappears, my twisted imagination will take over, and the realest thing I have right now is my voice. Hey, I can hear you! A voice coming from the other side of the door. I'm here! Come closer! I scream thrice as hard as before. I scream until my throat hurts, until my ears start buzzing. My biggest wish right now is to keep in touch with that person, whoever they are. Hey, where are you? I rush toward the door, stumbling on the way. I keep running for a minute, for 10 minutes, but the door isn't even an inch closer. At the same time, the distance between us hasn't grown either, which means I match it in speed. I just need to make one final push. I gather the last bit of strength I have and push my legs off the ground. The jump feels like an eternity. I stretch out my hand, almost touching the scratchy wood. I dive face first into the ground with ridiculous speed. I slide at least 30 more feet like that, thanks to inertia, leaving behind a bloody trail. My hand is still outstretched, trying to grab empty space. Ah! Tears stream down my face, making the numerous scratches burn. I try to wipe them, but I scream and yank my hand away the moment I touch my face. My lips and nose are now a mushy mess. Somebody help! The other side of the door is completely silent. The silence reigns for an excruciatingly long time. However, at some point that silent torture ends. Hey, I can see you! I try to reply, but stifled whispers come out of my throat instead of words. Are you hurt? Yes. Yes. I I stand up from my knees despite continuing to cry. I take a couple of deep breaths and I start running again. I keep running for hours. I feel like the door is closer to me by an inch or two now. I almost let myself stop for rest at the thought. I can't rest. I'll catch up to it sooner or later. The voice from the other side of the door keeps asking me how I feel. I let out heavy, ragged breaths in reply. I'll fall from exhaustion if I utter even a single word. Still, I'm thankful to them and I don't want them to become silent. After another hour passes, I barely scratch the handle with my nails. I'm almost there. I'm so scared. Why aren't you doing anything? Why are they doing this to me? Don't they understand how painful this is for me? Almost there. You're scaring me. Go away. Rage fills my brain. I ignore the pain in my bones and channel all my strength into one final jump. No, go away! I firmly grasp the handle and open the door. Blinding light hits my eyes. I lose the ground beneath my feet and I start falling. I'm lying face down in grass. I smell water, earth, and the dampness of the night. And grass, of course. The wind tickles the back of my head. It howls and jumps around restlessly. Lying down like this is unpleasant and rude when nature is so alive around me with sounds and, I'm pretty sure, colors too. I stand up, full of anticipation. I see an endless field, a clear sky without a single star, and a pale moon somewhere very, very far away. I shake my head and try to focus my eyes on anything, but to no avail. My surroundings are just too vast. I feel dizzy. Bam! I'm lying in the thick, wet grass again, but this time I'm looking at the darkness of a night sky instead of just darkness. Is there any real difference, though? The wind howls. It's clearly upset. But what can I do about it? I hear an indiscernible echo coming from far away. A wolf or someone else. Does it even matter? I'm in the grass. Nobody can see me. Oh! The echo draws closer and closer. At some point I realize it's not a wolf. I jump up and start turning my head in a panic. Where is that sound coming from? I haven't said that out loud, but I got an instant reply. Oh! Hey, I can hear you! My voice runs across the field, mixing with the rustle of the grass and the howls of the wind. It feels like it's about to get absorbed by them, but... Oh! Hey, where are you? Oh! I can't understand where I should run to, and if I should run at all. Somebody clearly wants me to find and help them. Maybe they're hurt? The grass tickles my heels while I drag my feet in the direction where I think the sound is coming from. It's just, there's not a single tree or stone around, only an endlessly wide field. I hear a resounding, painful scream. I shut my eyes and cover my ears. I suddenly feel scared. The scream turns into a cry. I carefully raise my head, still scared to death. Somewhere very far away, among the thick grass, I spot a silhouette. Just a small black spot, but... Hey, I can see you! The silhouette doesn't move, but the sound is definitely coming from its direction. No, it's not a scream. More like a whisper or a wheeze. Oh! Are you hurt? No reaction again, just muffled sounds. Maybe it's the wind going mad, and the black spot is just a stone or a tree. I walk away, disappointed. 100 steps, 200 steps, then I turn around. Surprisingly, the spot hasn't become smaller. I start jogging. The grass is no longer tickling me. It's whipping my ankles, leaving cuts. A feeling of panic and unexplicable dread grow inside me. A stone? A tree? Why the hell is this field endless? I don't turn around anymore. I know that it's chasing me. The sounds reaching my ears become even stranger, louder, and more distinct. The wind is bullying me too, huh? Isn't that right? That's the case, right? Finally, I stop. I ran out of breath. I'm at the brink of dying. At least I think so. Ooh. The horrifying voice is coming from right behind me. I turn around instinctively, and for some reason I try to shield my face, but I end up losing balance and falling to the ground. The grass replies with a nasty cackling rustle. Oh! I've had enough. I spring up. The silhouette is still there at the same distance as before. It's standing there without moving an inch. I'm scared here, you know. Why won't you do anything? The silhouette trembles and then starts slowly gliding toward me, followed by new sounds, wheezes, moans. Fear shackles me. I can only stand and watch the approaching black spot. My lips are parched. I speak in a voice I don't recognize. You're scaring me. Go away. After that, the spot expands rapidly, and in the blink of an eye, most of the sky in the field is consumed by the sticky, cold darkness. Paralysis finally lets my body go, and I immediately sprint away. Ooh. I run so fast that the grass turns into a dark green mush under my feet. I slip up, I fall, and run again. No. No, go away! An unknown force turns my head with a crunching sound, and the darkness consumes everything. I wake up on the cold floor in the center of a cramped room. I look around without standing up. There's no furniture, just naked walls. All right, that's the other. I mean, that's another ending of the several that there are. And that puts us at just about 7 p.m. I don't know if I'll go back and do the other endings on stream. I may have to look into what they are. This has been a lot, though. And I don't think I have another 2 hours for another of content there, you know. Yeah, woof indeed, Hanapinku. Woof indeed. It was definitely an intense experience narrating all of that for y'all, though. I gotta say. Like, there were times where, like, I got a little dizzy and my hands started to fall asleep and stuff like that, but... Puka, you missed out if you just had to go. Yeah, no, worth looking into, you know, on the VOD and stuff like that, but... But yeah, wow. Let me see how many other endings there are. Oh, that's fair. Getting people home for bedtime is important. Indeed, this game is about that in a way. So I've gotten 3 endings, and there are at least 2... No, there are 3 more to get, I guess. Okay, fair enough. I mean, maybe that's enough to do for next time. We'll see. Alright. For now, though, I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you, Puka. Thank you, Hanapengu. Thank you, anybody who watches the VOD later. Thank you to the creators of Milk Outside a Bag of Milk Outside a Bag of Milk. This has been an intense experience. And until next time, good night out there, whatever you are.